What's up YouTube? It's Ben, and in this video, I'm gonna give you 4 of my personal hacks to get prospects on the phone. All right, so the first hack is actually joining our Facebook group, Recruiter Empire, link in description of this video, where we talk about lead generation, getting prospects on the phone, and tons more about recruiting. You should definitely be in the Facebook group. Again, link in description. I'm sure you'll love it. All right, let's get right into it. So my first actual hack for getting a prospect on the phone is to get them really warm. All right, so there are so many different ways to get a prospect really warm, but of course you probably all know that my personal favorite is a really well-crafted email drip sequence. Now, of course, the email sequence itself is cold, right? But as soon as the prospect replies positively, meaning like, hey Ben, yeah, we actually have a need for 3 or 4 of those, whatever it is, right? Then it becomes warm. At that point, the entire email thread becomes a conversation about, hey, when can we get on the phone? This time or that time, next week or tomorrow or Wednesday, it doesn't matter. At that point, you're getting them on the phone. The trick here is that you can't just send one email and expect a positive reply. You need a sequence of 6 to 8 emails outbound to the same person to have them actually positively reply to you. And like I mentioned in my previous video, cold calling is dead. It is entirely different to email someone 6 to 8 times versus calling them 6 to 8 times. You definitely would not call somebody 8 times in a row, but you definitely would email them 8 times, maybe 4 or 5 days apart in a row to actually get their attention, get a positive reply, and eventually get a meeting with them on the phone. All right, so personal hack number 2 for getting a prospect on the phone is to go straight to the pain. All right, so there's zero reason to waste any time in this situation. You should let your prospect know that they have a hiring need right away. You know it, they know it, we all know it, they have a hiring need, so just bring it up. It's 80% of the reason they're gonna agree to having an actual phone meeting with you in the first place. When you address the pain point itself, you instantly become a value add, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. Instead of basically just small talk, go straight into the pain point. Let them know that you know they have a hiring issue or they have 5 or 6 needs open right now. And with that being said, instantly you become a value add to them by saying straight up, hey, I'm here to help because I know you have this pain point.
I see.
Like, don't be afraid to just flat out tell your prospect, hey, I know you have 6 different roles posted online right now. I know you need to hire for those roles, so let's talk about that. At the end of the day, your prospect wants to know that you actually have something that you're bringing to the table to have an actual phone meeting with you in the first place. So if you bring up the pain points, if you mention the hiring needs, that's exactly what they want to hear. So 99% of people don't know how to do this, and when they do it right, they're actually going to get the phone meeting. All right, so hack number 3 to get a prospect on the phone is to play with money. Look, so your prospect knows that your services require an investment, and 99% of people, again, don't know how to play this card properly. That's why they cannot secure a phone meeting with a prospect. So if you know that this particular prospect has a need and you can guesstimate a reasonable fee for exactly what placing those roles would cost, then go ahead and drop that fee right in an email, right? It's not all the time that you do this, but this is a hack to get somebody on the phone. This is exactly how I got about 90% of my contracts when I first started my personal recruiting agency. I would drop a number right into the email and literally send out thousands of them. And at that point, I would get 90% of my contracts just by doing that. Prospects would go ahead and see the number in the email. They would get super attracted to the idea of that number because they would see it was under market value, but that's a different story. They would go in, they'd be like, I definitely want to call him back, or I definitely want to get in touch with him. So they would go ahead and set up a meeting. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Well, Ben, I don't really want to drop my fee or my price into an email because as soon as I drop my fee into an email, I'm stuck, right? All right, so have no fear, because if you are targeting niches like manufacturing, logistics, or transportation, you're playing with volume niches, meaning you're gonna have 10 needs right away, then probably 10 needs a month later. Basically, you're gonna end up making a lot of money in the long run. Just don't always keep looking at the short game. Okay, so my fourth personal hack on getting prospects onto a phone meeting is to utilize LinkedIn automation. Okay, so I have to break the news to you. If you're not using LinkedIn automation right now, you're probably about 3 years behind the curve and probably out a few $100,000. Running LinkedIn automation is quite literally like bringing on 2 to 3 actual recruiters onto your team, except it's not doing that. It's just bringing on software. It's that simple. Having the right sequences of visiting, connecting, following up, doing all of that nonstop for you on autopilot is what's gonna get you that many more conversations and then conversions. Obviously, you know, the more conversions you have, the more deals you get, the more placements you make, and the more money you get. So it's pretty obvious LinkedIn automation is definitely something that you need to put into play. Now, if you use all 4 of these hacks, plus all the other ones that we talk about in Recruiter Empire, the Facebook group you should be in, link in description, you will be set and you will be getting 2, 3, 4 meetings weekly. Hey, if this video was valuable to you, please go ahead and smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe for more content as well, and I will see you guys next time.